Good morning and welcome to your #1 show, the AUC Observer. I'm your host Ali Arabi and I'll be taking you through the session of news, updates and an interview with a very special guest. Ramadan spirit has been evoked on AUC campus after a competition among students for designing best Ramadan decorations. Sustainable, low budget, and full of energy that were features of students' ideas. More in the upcoming report by Noha Saad.
As all of us do at our houses in Ramadan, AC students decorated the university this year by themselves. 5 students from different academic backgrounds won a competition to design flags, danglers, streamers, lanterns, and celebratory arches which carried Ramadan vibes.
So I believe that the Ramadan campus decorations adds a lot to the beautiful vibes of this holy month, which made me excited to participate and take a part of this year's decorations, especially that it's my first time, so I was really excited to give it a shot.
One of the most distinguished designs was turning the AUC monogram into a crescent.
So when I first thought about designing a new AUC monogram with a tilted C to kind of turn it to a Ramadan moon crescent, I thought it was a really interesting idea, especially that was creative while being simple, cost-effective and environmentally conscious.
The streamers between palm trees give every corner of the campus the energy and the spirit of Ramadan. Nevertheless, the library facade is the most unique.
I was curious about how AUC would dress up for Ramadan this year. So when the opportunity rose for me to be able to be part of designing the actual decorations, I decided to not let it go and participate. My main inspiration was arabesque themes, which are very prominent during Ramadan decorations, and they align in a way with AUC's graphic chart.
The university used to utilize long banners in occasional decorations, but now with the students' designs, the decorations have become low cost and sustainable.
We ask students that they're mainly things that are easy to produce, things that are sustainable. No plastic, of course, should be used, and as much as we can, we will reuse these decorations and the items that we produce in also different occasions to come.
Many locations on campus give the joyful feeling of Ramadan, and they have become key destinations where students build new memories for Ramadan. Noha Saad, AUCTV, Cairo.
Occasions are a great opportunity to express love through buying gifts to loved ones. And bazaars are a convenient place to shop for suitable gifts. To this end, AUC organized a Mother's Day Alumni Bazaar at the Plaza on March 13th. How can this bazaar help shoppers choose the right gift? Ghada Hashish has more details up next.
Ahead of the Mother's Day celebrations, the AUC organized an alumni bazaar on its campus. The bazaar included various products like clothes, flowers, accessories, hair and skincare products, handmade items, and more. The bazaar witnessed a huge turnout of the AUC community members who took the opportunity to shop for gifts for their mothers. This is because bazaars help people to choose the right products. According to the exhibitors, the reason for that is the enhanced connection between sellers and buyers in one physical location.
Every time I come to AUC for a bazaar, it exposes my brand more. People get to know me more. They follow the page. They understand and see the products in real life. Because I'm an online business, so sometimes if people don't see the products in reality, they don't tend to see the quality of the product, the real attributes of it. So coming physically to the bazaar shows the consumers the real product in real life, and they talk to me and understand more about the product quality.
I think it's nice to display your stuff. It gives you like a chance to show people what you have. I have my art. I put my art on a lot of different kinds of things, and I think it's a nice way for businesses to show what they have and show what they can do.
Another reason that makes bazaars a good place to choose the right gifts is their convenience for shoppers.
I believe that bazaars bring so many varieties for lots of products and things that we don't come across in our everyday lives. Even when I'm going to the mall or going on a shopping spree, I don't see this much variety, especially because Mother's Day is around the corner. It's good for last minute shopping as well. I just got my mom a gift. I got her a notebook from here.
Sometimes we don't have enough time to go outside and shop, so bazaars here at AUC, we just walk and find something in front of us. We're like, oh, we can get it. So it saves us time. For example, on Mother's Day, it's coming very soon. I didn't have any idea of what to get. Sometimes I'm blank, I don't know what I want. When I see a bazaar in front of me, someone who's selling can give me ideas, or I can just find something in front of me and it clicks in my head, oh, my mom wanted this, my mom wanted that. For example, today I didn't know what to get to my mom for Mother's Day, and I was walking here and I found the country tour and I got this.
All of this showed how bazaars help people to buy gifts for their loved ones to express love and gratitude.
Love languages, according to Gary Chapman, are 5. Gifts is one of them. And bazaars, like the Mother's Day Alumni Bazaar, have been proven to be a beneficial way to help individuals choose the perfect gift for different occasions. Ghaida Hashish, AUCTV, Cairo.
Ramadan tents this year with a glimpse of history in places where fun meets culture. More in the upcoming report by Nariman Khalid.
Ramadan is about giving back. It's about fasting from sunrise till sundown. And above all, it's about sharing your first meal of the day with the people you love the most. Some love to practice that in the safety of their homes, while others love to inject a little bit of entertainment, wear their favorite kaftan, and enjoy the suhoor with their loved ones in Ramadan tents. The Palace Tent, located in the Baron Impam Palace, a Hindu temple-inspired mansion built in 1906 in Heliopolis. Everyone had a unique suhoor experience with live music by Hisham Kharma, a famous Egyptian music producer and composer.
مبسوط جدا ان التنس دلوقتي بقت تتعمل في الاماكن الاثريه القديمه، لان هي بتعرف الاجيال الجديده وبتعرفنا بالسياحه الداخليه وبتنشطها وبتعرفنا بالاماكن اللي الناس ابتدت تهملها شويه.
عاجبني السنه دي انه معظم الاماكن بقت الاماكن الاثريه، زي هنا قصر البارون، زي حتت كتير تانية اثريه، فانا شايفه ان ده حاجه حلوه لمصر.
دلوقتي الناس كلها بقت تقدر تشوف مصر اكتر، مصر نفسها بجد. مصر مش اهرامات بس، مصر فيها حاجات كتير جدا حلوه. ودلوقتي احلى حاجه في رمضان ان احنا كلنا كصحاب وعيله وكلنا مع بعض بنتجمع، نقعد نتسحر مع بعض، تبقى قعده لذيذه يعني.
The tent's expansion reached the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization in Cairo. Mishka Tent, located in the first museum in the Arab world focusing on the first civilization in history. It included entertainment and a live concert performed by Mahmoud al-Asaili, a famous Egyptian singer. Ramadan nights in Egypt are unique this year, in places where fun meets culture. Nariman Khalid, AUCTV.
Not only does Egypt has a different flavor during the holy month of Ramadan, but its desserts too. We can find various sweet treats in Cairo, from classic favorites to modern twists. We know more about this in the upcoming report. Egypt has always been known for its special Ramadan vibes and even more special desserts. Here in downtown Cairo, one can feel the Ramadan festivities on its streets with the colorful decorations and Ramadan lanterns. There are lots of international franchise restaurants, but what's particularly striking about this neighborhood, apart from its mesmerizing history, is the bunch of old-school dessert shops that not only have stood the test of time in Egypt, but come with fascinating stories and history. The streets of downtown are filled with old and new shops that serve all kinds of Ramadan desserts, from the classic to the modern ones. With all the modern Ramadan desserts everywhere this season, most people in downtown have chosen to go for the classic and traditional desserts of Ramadan at Kunafa and Basbousa shop.
احنا في كنافه وبسبوسه بقالنا سنتين فاتحين الحمد لله. عندنا اصناف كنافه كريمه، كنافه شوكولاته، كنافه نابلسيه. عندنا 3 اصناف جداد في رمضان، كنافه بلح والطوطه ومدلعه مانجا. عندنا زحمه، الطلب عندنا اكثر طلب على كنافه كريمه، بسبوسه ساده، بسبوسه مكسرات، دي كلها عليها طلب ما شاء الله والناس ترجع عليها.
Each Ramadan, shops around Cairo never fail to exceed our expectations in adding creativity and innovation to traditional Oriental desserts. However, the traditional kunafa with cream and basbousa with ishta always win. Ali Arabi, AUCTV, Cairo. Muslims around the world celebrate the holy month of Ramadan in traditional way, but the celebration is different with the Mawlawiyya in Old Cairo. More in the upcoming report by Abdullah Hussein.
In Old Cairo, celebration of the holy month of Ramadan were unique and special. In Prince Taz Palace, the Mawlawiyya Sufi band led by the chanter Amir al-Tuni presented a mix of music, dance, poems of the Mawlawiyya, which is one of the most famous Sufi orders that was founded by Jalaluddin al-Rumi more than 800 years ago. El-Tuni is the founder of the Egyptian Mawlawiyya band in 1994, which aims to revive the Sufi heritage and spread it among the world, reciting the words of famous Sufi masters like Al-Hallaj, and Ibn al-Farid.
الشكل الكرنفالي أو الشكل المخرج الموسيقي أو الشكل الاحتفالي الموسيقي المصري فيه بهجة، فكان لازم يبقى شكل الطقسية الموسيقية فيها بهجة، لأن أنت لما تقارن بين المولوية المصرية أو أي مولوية في العالم التون كلر أو المزيكا اللي بتتصدر من أماكن تانية هي موسيقى حزينة، والإيقاعات رتمها بنقول عليه مصمودي، يعني الرتم بطيء. فاحنا قلنا لا، ان احنا الموسيقى من وجهة نظرنا الموسيقى كلها صوفية والآلات الموسيقية كلها صوفية، ومن حقي ان انا استخدم كل الآلات الموسيقية واعبر بيها عن الحال.
Dancing, especially rolling, is a unique characteristic of the Sufis, as they consider it a kind of spiritual meditation that resembles the revolving planets around their center.
متيم بالحبيب سيدي رسول الله، ومن يقصدهم حاجة يكيد يا رجال الله، قلبي معلق بالحبيب سيدي رسول الله، وانا يا سيدي عندي ضمير عندي بدواه، قلبي متيم بالحبيب سيدي رسول الله.
جميل قوي الشعر الصوفي لان هو يعني هو بيلمسنا، لانه بيتكلم عن الحب، فالحب في كل الاديان.
The event was organized by the Cultural Development Fund. This is Abdullah Hussein, AUCTV, All Cairo.
The SU hosted a stand-up comedy night in collaboration with the Elite Stand-Up, a group of 7 comedians who are popular across Egypt for their comedy show. The event took place in the Basili Auditorium, in which many AUCians and outcomers attended. More in the upcoming report by Reem Khattab.
The SU, in collaboration with the Elite Stand-Up, hosted a live comedy show in which many AUCians and outcomers attended. People were so excited for the show while grabbing some popcorn and snacks from the SU market. The show consisted of 6 different live comedy sketches, starting by Ahmed Assam.
الحاجة اللي أنت مش عاوزها تعملها هتعملها. خلينا نتخيل إن الإزازة دي فازة غالية جدا عندك في البيت. هتلاقي القطة راحت لك ابتدت تبقى وتبص لك في عينيك. إيه مالك؟ إيه هتزعق هتخوفني؟ هتخوفني؟ لا والله إيه ده قمت لي خفت أنا قمت لي. بحسه متخلف جدا، ممكن تبقى انت ولا هو مقبول، ممكن تبقى انت انسان غتت رزيل جدا بس مقبول. الورق بيقول كده، يعني الورق في تقدير بحسه عنصري جدا جدا، اللي هو الامتياز، اللي هو الجامعه الدكاتره قرروا الولد ده ممتاز، اتجوزيه بنت الولد.
The final sketch was for Taha Dessouky, a famous actor and a comedian. The show ended with a selfie of the elite team and the audience. We wanted to know more about what the people think about the show.
I'm a big fan للإليت، فما صدقت إنه يبقى عندي أجازة أعرف أجي. لا I like it جدا، تحفة تحفة، يعني بجد they deserve كل اللي بيحصل معاهم ده.
ممكن كان طه دسوقي الصراحة. اتبسطت ولا يعني overall كانت كلها مضحكة، وفي ناس كتيرة ما كنتش عارفاهم أصلا، بس اتبسطنا قوي يعني.
The night ended with laughter, excitement, and some fun at the exit. This is Reem Khattab, AUCTV, Cairo.
We relate to the old days authentic music profoundly, as it makes us feel the history and valuable art. This is what زي زمان team introduce more in the upcoming report by Marina Salama.
Within the holy month of Ramadan, Tahrir Cultural Center hosted زي زمان music team, introducing 4 musicians playing various Oriental music authored by them, in addition to well-known old pieces of music. The group presents musical composition because they believe music has a more significant impact than the word. So, the recipient hears the music with his vision.
قدمنا مؤلفاتي الموسيقية اللي هي بتنتمي لفئة الموسيقى الشرقية، سواء القوالب العربية أو كده يعني. واستمرينا لغاية 2018 بنقدم حفلات في أماكن كتير ومسارح كتير، وتوقفنا بقى لأسباب فنية واقتصادية وكده فترة 5 سنين، ورجعنا عن طريق حفلتنا النهاردة في مركز التحرير الثقافي في الجامعة الأمريكية.
Tahrir Cultural Center opens its doors to the public for a significant music experience, as it believes in the importance of cultural awareness.
لا هي عجبتني قوي انه يعني في الحان قديمه بتسمعيها بتبقي حاسه يعني بتفتكري مين اول واحد عزفها مثلا او اول ريكوردنج سمعتيها كان فين، فالالحان القديمه دي كلها بترجع بيا بميموريز جميله، فده كان حاجه لطيفه عن الايفنت يعني.
زي زمان team presented some songs based on the audience's requests, including the music of Kulthum songs.
حقيقي الايفنت عجبني جدا، وخصوصا انا كنت مستنياه بقالي كتير لاني بحب الموسيقى العربيه. واكتر حاجه حبيتها اللي هم كانوا دامجين ما بين حاجات هم مؤلفينها وحاجات قديمه او مشهوره زي كلثوم. فانا بحييهم للخيارات دي.
The concert was attended by a large audience of different ages and nationalities to experience an Oriental music we are currently missing. This is Marina Salama, AUCTV, Cairo.
Our guest for today is Ali Osman, an AUC alumni, social media influencer, TED speaker, and founder of The Influencers, a successful social media, digital marketing, and PR agency. Stay tuned. How to use social media for business and what are the struggles social media agencies face? We take a closer look with our dear guest Ali Osman. Welcome to AUC Observer. Pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. I always am very happy to be back at AUC. I consider it as my second home. Being part of AUC TV today with the Observer, it's a huge honor to be with you today.
And we're glad to have you here today with us.
You.
So let me start first by asking you, how did you start your journey as an entrepreneur right after graduating from AUC?
Actually, my journey as an entrepreneur started well before I graduated. It was around the second year of university, where I started a small page on Instagram called the EG Funny Society. Now it started with 3 followers, obviously, with my dad, my mom, and my brother, whom are my backbone, by the way. Then now it's over 800,000 followers strong, where I have ministers following me, I have businessmen, I have people from all around the world. I have Tyrese Gibson from the Fast and the Furious following me. So it started with that page. It was a simple memes page. It started growing up until I found a phone call from a marketing manager. I was still a student. A marketing manager from a specific multinational calling me, Ali, we want you to be part of a campaign on social media. It was very, very new, the idea of influencers campaigns, social media, all that. It was still ripe. So I started with that. The page started growing, people started knowing me even more. People started calling me, Ali, we need your help in social media on a friendly basis. Then it turned into Ali, we need your consultancy. Okay, Ali, we need you to handle our social media platforms from A to Z. And that needed a team, and it was self-rolling from there. I started my first two brands that I worked with were two multinationals.
So let me, before we jump to social media and your business, tell me more about the qualities you think an entrepreneur should have.
I really love this question. I think the two main qualities is one, being able to take the risk. It's a very being an entrepreneur is a very risky business. It's a very risky thing. You need to know that you know willing and able to take the risk. You need to be motivated to take the risk, to know that you're going to do something. You have to be a risk taker in order to, whether it's going to benefit you or not benefit you, or you're going to make money from it, not make money, going to make a legacy from it, not make a legacy. You need to be able, willing, and actually a bit excited to take the risk in order to perform, to be an entrepreneur. The second thing, I guess, would be having faith. They're going from point A to point B is not a straight line. Opening your company is not a straight line. Getting clients is not a straight line. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen after tomorrow. So the whole idea is it's a bit related to the risk too, but it's having the faith that going from point A to point B, trying to find the ways, trying to find the line from point A to point B, no matter how squiggly it gets, but you will go from point A to point B in a way or another. Having that faith that going to that point, that is a very important thing.
I support that as well. So let's talk more about your company and why did you choose to go for social media?
Okay. At first, now I have two companies. I have a social media agency called The Influencers, and I have an events agency called Star Ad. Both are interrelated, and both they're complementing each other. They are like sister agencies. I was always crazy about social media. Ever since I was in university, I was the person responsible. I was one of the lucky people who have studied at AUC. Part of the things that we did was that we used to do lots of concerts, lots of events, lots of trips. So it was known, it was like an unbound rule, an unsaid rule that Ali Osman has to be responsible for anything related to social media on campus. So that was actually my calling. I fell in love with social media. So it started like that, and it's my passion. I'm one of the lucky people who I go to work every day in the morning, going to do my passion. I don't feel that I'm working. Actually, I don't feel that I'm going to a company. I'm actually going to sit with my friends, doing the thing that I love, and alhamdulillah, getting paid for it. Yeah.
That's super interesting. Since you said it's your passion, how do you measure the social media success? Okay. When do you consider that you're successful.
Okay.
Your campaign, your project is successful through social media.
Okay. There are many ways to measure success in relation. There are many ways to measure success in relation to social media. There is the basic way, which is numbers. Some people consider social media numbers. 1 + 1 = 2. I'm gonna pay X. I want my advertisement to be seen by Y, and in turn, I want Z amount of conversion or sales, or some people measure it in terms of numbers. However, I like the qualitative approach a bit more. Like for example, when I do a campaign for Ramadan and it's something very emotional, when I see people in the street talking about it and saying like, not necessarily people that I know, but like, everyone talk, when you're doing like big scale productions. So when you hear first-hand feedback from people in the street talking about the advertisement, people generically tweeting about it, people generically posting stories, posting Facebook posts about it. I believe that is the essence of success, like leaving a legacy behind you on social media. I think that is the success metric for me on social media.
It's more of spreading through word of mouth.
A bit, yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the struggles you faced while starting your business. Of course you did.
طبعا.
Yeah.
Well, it started off with people not believing. It was like something as simple as the page on Instagram. I used to hear it a lot. What is he gonna do with the page on Instagram? And now this is one of the biggest pages of memes in Egypt, and for every single campaign that's being created, you have to have a memes content. And and it was very difficult to explain to people. Like I worked only once as a full-time accountant, and I resigned straight away afterwards. And then I went as an intern at a specific agency to learn about all the agency life. And then I didn't continue. I stayed there for 2 months. It was the best internship in my life. And then I started my own company. It was very difficult to explain to my friends and family that I'm resigning from a job.
Of course.
That in order to go to an internship and leaving that internship to open my own company in something at the time was considered as a bit crazy.
Especially in our culture,
exactly.
You're a guy, you need to start your life and so on.
You need stability, you need this, you need a stable job. Okay, work in any industry for 10-15 years and then get experience and then open a company.
Do whatever you want,
Well, I believe that you put your own rules in your life, and
that's definitely true. Yeah. So since you did you had your own success and so on, can you tell us how can someone start a successful social media account from scratch?
Okay. Well, I don't.
Is there a certain process, certain guidelines, or how did it work for you?
Well, I don't consider myself as a success. I consider myself as lucky. I'm blessed. I'm blessed from God that He gave me all these blessings. It wasn't a success for me at all. I could have done everything right and still haven't reached what I reached. But it's purely a blessing from God. So if I answer your question, I think the best thing is consistency. The best thing is to find a niche. You will start by finding a niche. You will sit with yourself or with your family or friends and start brainstorming what do you want, what type of content do you want to post on your social media platforms. Do you want to post fashion content? Do you want to post business tips? Do you want what type of content you want? And then you are going to check the best 10 people in that you look up to in that industry, and then you start brainstorming the type of content. Like, are you going to do videos, pictures? Are you going to do reels? Are you going to do vlogs? What type of content are you going to do? And then you start by creating subjects related to that theme. And then you find your bullseye niche. That's step one. Step two, choosing your platform. That's very important. I personally believe the more platforms you are on, the better. And then you start by creating your plan. For sure, in the very beginning, it's going to be a very big trial and error phase, up until you reach the look and feel of the correct tonality for you, the correct, finding your true colors. That's the essence. And then hopefully when you reach that, you will start by learning tips and tricks, and for sure studying is a very big part of that. Studying social media, studying the algorithms, studying all that. After doing all that, I think you will be able to be a successful content creator.
And it's mainly keeping up with the rapid changes that's going on the social media.
For sure. TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all these platforms, they change overnight. You see an update overnight, it goes crazy. The Reels, when Reels was launched in Instagram, it was a huge sensation. It was crazy. TikTok, when it got launched a while, then it changed its name to TikTok, and then it became famous at the time of COVID. It went crazy. The changes, anything can happen overnight. You need to keep up.
True.
The people who are not that any business that does not have a Facebook or Instagram 5 years ago, that business is not working now. Now, if you are not on TikTok these couple of days, you will regret it in a couple of years. You need to be on top of things. Generations are growing up very quickly. Gen Z is talking different than Gen X, then talking different than the millennials. For everything, you need to be on top of everything. You need to be aware of all the change.
True. So this takes us to our last question. And what advice would you give to someone that's just starting in the same field as you?
Break things. Break things. Do not conform. Do not conform. I'll say something in Arabic, like امشي جنب الحيط تمشيش جنب الحيط. Do not do that. Create your own rules, create your own ideologies, but actually believe in them. Don't tell me like I want to do a PhD in cutting a banana. That's not. What's that? But find something, actually work for it, be the best in it. Study for the people who don't like studying. Study for the people who don't like reading. You need to read. You need to learn about not necessarily the stuff that you learn in university. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about find something that you are interested in and actually read in it, be a pro in it, to a point where people will ask your advice for money. They will ask your advice. They will ask you to be a consultant for them. That's the best piece of advice I can give people.
Great.
Break things.
Thank you so much, Ali, for being with us today and sharing your inspiring story. This was great.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching us. See you next week.